Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel. This is your general reading, and I will give the cards a good shuffle. This reading can be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification button to receive updates of any bonus and themed readings. If you'd like a private reading with me, my email is listed below in the Show More section. Otherwise, let's have a look and see, Aries, what's coming up for you, Aries, for May. 6 cards for the sign of Aries. Okay, 9 of Swords, Knight of Swords, 7 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Fool, and the 7 of Cups. Okay, some very interesting cards have come up for you, Aries. Look, let's kick off the reading here with the 9 of Swords. I feel like there could be something that's causing you a bit of anxiety or uncertainty. Especially in this sort of on the left-hand side, I feel like something has been rushed here or something will be rushed in the month of May. I think it's more to do with your thoughts, to be honest, and something to do with communication or thoughts that are going to be rushed somehow and not exactly in the best way. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to who's sort of around you and the energies they're bringing forward to you, Aries, because I think for a lot of you, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I do think there's something about thought and pressure and anxiety that's coming up around you, okay? I feel like there is a new beginning with that Ace though, and I feel like it's going to happen fairly fast. Okay, the Knight of Swords is here and he rushes things. It's a sense of urgency or time pressure, and it's rushing into something. I feel like you're going to be flooded with potentially new beginnings. I do. And I think it's a great month to sort of experience those things. I think it's going to happen fairly quickly, Aries, and you might not necessarily be ready for it. You can see that sort of resistance here with the 7 of Wands. But don't jump to conclusions just yet because you aren't aware of the full picture here, okay? Things still have to unfold, Aries. So I want you sort of to collect your thoughts and regroup yourself this month in May because I feel like that's needed here. 7 of Wands can represent competition in something, okay? You might be competing for something. There might be things or people competing for you, for your attention. It can also be resistance facing these new chapters here. I mean, this is divine intervention at its finest, Aries. You've got the Ace here. New chapters, new beginnings, and then the Fool. This is you and your power here. But, you know, we must remember what the Fool stands for. And although in one aspect he can be seen as naive and gullible and a little bit uncertain perhaps, but he does represent those new beginnings. He does represent getting out of your comfort zone, which I don't think you'll have a problem in doing at all, Aries. I think you are one of the most able signs to welcome in those new beginnings, and I think there's blessings coming in. I really do. I almost feel like so many new things are going to happen. It's sort of going to leave you in a bit of a whirlwind here. Could be a romance, for example. It could take off fairly quickly. It could be a job opportunity, maybe travel or relocation plans for the future, perhaps. Because that physical action, it's a very opportunistic time. It's almost like God or the universe is saying to you, now is the time, Aries. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to pursue. Now is the time to give in. Now is the time to take a chance. And, you know, a part of you could feel like you're a little bit conflicted and you're unsure. Whether this is you or perhaps someone else around you exhibiting this sort of behavior, that could be the case. But I feel, regardless, that resistance is going to be displayed by either yourself or someone near you. A lover, a friend, a colleague, an ex-boss, an ex-lover, for example. So, I mean, that could all sort of be coming up around you here. But it's almost like you're trying to resist it. It's almost like you're trying to resist this 7 of Wands because, you know, you're trying to resist it, but yet you want it. How can this be? This is very puzzling to me, Aries. I think in one way, I mean, maybe you're conflicted here, okay? Maybe there's a little bit of inner conflict, and this is what's making this situation go a little bit 7 of Cups, okay? But I do see something new starting for you in May. It's a destined opportunity or a destined love or a destined path. And to be honest, I think you're going to be flooded with these new beginnings. A lot of newness coming in, new people, new outlooks, new attitudes, new hobbies, a new way of looking at things. But I feel like it's more than one. I feel like there's many. You know, 9, what comes after the 9? The 1, new beginning. The 1, the ace, the new beginning with the Fool. I mean, and you are the Fool. I mean, this is you as your sign. And the fact that you've come up here, I think, is a good omen, because it points to these beginnings being destined for you. And I think anything that's sort of starting around May is going to happen fairly quickly. I think you're going to be flooded with blessings and new opportunities, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. I think that's what a lot of us are hoping for, and I can almost reassure you that that's something that you can expect in the month of May. But look, that Fool does have a double meaning, okay? It is new beginnings, it is exciting, it is following the lighty Aries, but at the same time, the Fool can be naive. The Fool can be suppressed. The Fool can be taken advantage of. And I do feel like that behavior might be around you. It might keep you up at night. Anything to do with communication. But look, if you are confined to that energy of the Fool, it's going to come up in communication. It's almost like someone is going to reveal to you what they really think about you. And whether they do it subtly or overtly, the words are going to stick with you, Aries. The words, perhaps the actions, are going to stick with you. You might not necessarily like it, but I think it was the right time for this to come out, and I think it was very much needed. And I think May is going to be very telling. The people around you, the attitudes, even the way you conduct yourself around other people, I mean, that's coming up pretty strongly as well. So obviously there's something here that's going to come to the light. But I do sense you might be hesitant about taking or going forward with a situation here. Maybe you need to understand how you really feel about something or someone, because that 7 of Cups, you know, that's seen as that little bit of scattered energy. We need to sort of go through our thoughts and our emotions and things that we're going through. And I feel like the fact that it's sitting behind you, you know, what I want to say, Aries, I think you want to take a chance, or you're going to appear a certain way, quite confident, quite like you want to move forward, because I feel like that's the sort of persona you're presenting in this situation. But underneath it all, behind closed doors, in the back of his mind, in the back of your mind, in the subconscious, there's something very disorientating here. And this is why that 9 of Swords is coming up. Because the 9 of Swords is behind closed doors. He's, you know, the knight is in armor. He has to represent himself a certain way. I also want to say that this could be applied to opportunities that are coming up around you. So it could even be disguised divine opportunities. So divine opportunities disguised as something else. So there's hidden meanings, double meanings, subliminal messages. I think that's coming up around you. A bit of subtlety, but yet also being very outward and very obvious about something. So it's a very interesting sort of layout. But I do sense that there is a possibility that this is, in fact, opportunities that will disguise themselves in very interesting ways. Or it's the way you or someone around you is going to be presenting themselves, and really something else is going on behind closed doors here. So I feel like there's a lot of hidden meanings and research and potentially investigation that's needed, whether this is in a relationship, whether this is further reading and understanding of a meaning, for example. I hope you take care, Aries. Please stay safe, look after yourselves and each other, and hopefully we shall be connecting very soon. So take care and bye for now.